Hello and welcome back to Year 9 Chemistry. This is Week 8, Session 2, Chemical Symbols, Formulae, and State Symbols. Here's something exciting. Chemistry has its own language, and today you learn to read and write it fluently. Once you master symbols and formulae, chemical equations stop looking like a secret code and start telling you a clear story. This is one of the most useful sessions in the whole course, so let's learn the language together. 4 goals today. First, write element symbols with the correct capitalization, because in chemistry, a capital letter really matters. Second, interpret the subscripts in a formula. Third, tell the difference between a coefficient and a subscript, which trips up so many students. And fourth, use the state symbols: solid, liquid, gas, and aqueous. Small details, big rewards. Let's start with element symbols. Every element has an internationally agreed symbol. The first letter is always a capital, and if there's a second letter, it's always lowercase. Carbon is a capital C. Calcium is C lowercase a. Chlorine, C lowercase l. Cobalt, C lowercase o. Now, here's why this matters so much. Capital C, capital O, written CO, means carbon monoxide, a compound of 2 elements. But capital C, lowercase o, written CO, means cobalt, a single metal. One little letter changes everything. In chemistry, capitalization is not decoration, it's meaning. Now let's read formula. A chemical formula shows the ratio of atoms in a substance. H2O, 2 hydrogen atoms for every oxygen. CO2, 1 carbon for every 2 oxygens. MgCl2, 1 magnesium for every 2 chlorides. And here's an important one: calcium hydroxide, Ca bracket OH close bracket 2. That subscript 2 sits outside the bracket, so it multiplies everything inside: 2 oxygens and 2 hydrogens. The golden rule: a subscript applies only to the symbol or bracket immediately before it, nothing else. This next distinction is the one to really nail: coefficients versus subscripts. A subscript is part of a substance's identity. Change H2O to H2O2, and you've turned water into hydrogen peroxide, a completely different chemical. So never change a subscript casually. A coefficient is different. It's the big number in front, and it just counts how many units you have. Take 3H2O. The 3 multiplies the whole formula. 3 times 2 is 6 hydrogen atoms, and 3 times 1 is 3 oxygen atoms. Same water, just 3 of it. Subscripts change what it is. Coefficients change how much. Now the finishing touch: state symbols. In brackets after a formula, S means solid, L means liquid, G means gas, and a Q means aqueous. Magnesium solid is Mgs. Water liquid is H2O(L). Oxygen gas is O2(G), and salt water is NaCl, a Q. Here's a trap to avoid. Aqueous does not just mean liquid. It specifically means dissolved in water. Molten metal is a liquid, but it's not aqueous. Get that distinction right and you'll never lose that mark. Let's put it all together with one worked example. 2Al2O3, solid. Start with the aluminum. Coefficient 2 times subscript 2 gives 4 aluminum atoms. Now oxygen. 2 times 3 gives 6 oxygen atoms. And the state? Solid. So this single expression tells us 4 aluminums, 6 oxygens, all in the solid state. See how much information is packed into that tiny piece of chemical shorthand? That's the power of the language you're now learning to read. Your turn. Let's practice together. How many oxygen atoms are in 3CO2? Pause and work it out. The coefficient 3 multiplies the subscript 2, so 3 times 2 is 6 oxygen atoms. Now a quick one. What does a Q mean? Dissolved in water, aqueous, and not just any liquid. If you got both, you're reading chemistry like a scientist already. Let's check your understanding. Question 1. How many oxygen atoms in 3CO2? Pause and answer. 6, because 3 times 2 is 6. Question 2. What does a Q mean? Dissolved in water. Here's your recap. Symbols identify elements, and capitalization carries meaning. Formulae show fixed ratios, and a subscript belongs only to the symbol before it. Coefficients count whole units without changing the substance, and state symbols add the physical state. You've just learned the alphabet of chemistry, and that's a huge step. Now go and use it. Visit www.ringtoexam.com to practice counting atoms, writing formulae, and building your confidence with instant feedback and a full final exam. Practice is where fluency is born. Wonderful work today, and I'll see you next session where we build ionic formulae from scratch.